What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here, and yeah, more VTuber goodness. Listen, I was supposed to actually put a background of me. Hold on, let me fix this. I was supposed to put a background of Ruby, but I decided to show my face, knowing that I'm not sure if I can put anything from Ruby or chapters, to. I don't know. It's just something. There was a decision. There was like a two-way street where I was like, should I use my VTuber model that I created, showing it off early, styling, or should I show another Ruby background and just nothing to see on the video? No, I'm showing my face. Okay, I'm here. Okay, sorry, my eyes are twitchy. I'm not sure what's happening with my VTuber model. My eyes are like they're doing something. They're freaking sizzling. Okay, why are they sizzling? But yeah, let's talk about Ruby Chapter 2 because this is a thing. While any other Ruby tuber, there's actual Ruby tubers out there that are professionals, like freaking dedicated professionals of reviewing, analyzing, freaking dissecting Ruby. Okay, dissecting the series, dissecting the episode. Even though this episode was short, and I'm not sure this is a usual thing with Ruby, how all the episodes are just short, but I dig this one. I like how adorable in, pretty much the world they're set in, just discovering more of the locations, and even the freaking nights are adorable. Oh my goodness. Like, it feels like the whole universe surrounding, at least from what I've seen in the city or the town that the Team Ruby went to, felt harmless. It felt, genuinely like literally a fairy tale. And they keep referencing, like, I don't know, so many Ruby tubers, and I keep hearing the name Alice or Alex, the Alice of Wonderland. My predictions is that she is probably like the daughter of Alice, that, or Alex, the modern version of Alice. I don't know if Ruby are trying to spin doing this freaking Ariel or monetization effect for their characters, but is it Alice or Alex? Like, are you trying to be hip right now with the ALIX, or could it be the daughter of Alice? Because I kind of get that feeling that she could be, I mean, pretty much Ruby is not, no stranger when it comes down to biracial parenting, which is something that I like and I kind of relate as a biracial person. And I really dig how they just, have different aspects of having that, especially with Pietro and Penny, like I literally made it, like I was like so hyped just to know, like, is Penny half black? Oh my god, that would be so cool. And, and Pietro, I don't know, like, who is the mother, like, or, of course that she's a machine, she's created by Pietro, and nothing, and I probably shouldn't be bring Penny to this. I apologize, but I really miss her. But yeah, I also had this other theory or somewhat prediction of like seeing Neo again. Like, how emotional would that be? I am so excited for the reactions. If there's one thing about Ruby, I'm excited for everyone's reactions for the chapters that are coming in. And you have to wait for them, but I can wait. But it's just like, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what one thing that I love about the show that actually brings so many people together, which is the reactions. And people are just more hype about the reactions, like with Murder of Birds, if you're familiar with him, more than the actual episodes themselves. And I really actually, enjoyed most of like what they give to the table because it's like double the content. It's like double the or triple the content, of the amount of Ruby tubers that you're sub to. But definitely support them as they're, doing a job. Pretty much I wish I can actually be dedicated to react and be dedicated to one series or something so I don't have to be terminated all the freaking year. But yeah, this is it was not a bad episode. It was something that I guess I kind of really didn't expect much, here and there due to how early we are in the chapters. But there is some moments where it's like, trying to be funny but not wise with its nagginess, which I kind of like. I feel like, there is some arguments of them, their funniness is like, or humor is unnecessary for the amount of episodes of how serious they are. I do understand, like, there's some parts, especially seeing the faces and the timing of some of these are off, and how they're like they're comedic with it, but to me, it's actually perfect. The timing of some of these episodes is something I did say off. I'm sorry. I meant to be. It's on point. I'm kind of like trying to gather people's opinions, and then it's all manifested in mine. It's like melting. But the timing within some of the comedic aspects, and also the how the characters reacted to one another, is all like just authentic. I would say it's authentic in a sense where it's definitely how you know you know how Weiss reacts and how Yang reacts, and pretty much the humor and everything, even though everything feels off because we still are new. And I guess most people had opinions of that because it's fresh. Ruby hasn't been around for years, so just coming off the full on hiatus, I can see how that's awkward. And also, like, their authentic selves. It makes sense why Weiss is like, oh my goodness, none of this makes sense. What is this? This is not logical. And she trips everywhere and, just, makes a fool of herself. And also Yang being a jokester. Like, these are characters, they're the aspects that I miss so much. I don't know what's going on with Ruby. I believe there could be a highlights trope of something that I could see between Ruby and the rest of the crew, basically, where Ruby is not herself, but everyone is. I don't know. Maybe I'm foreshadowing it. It's something that I kind of like to look at in writing in general, and the plot and the storytelling of all. I'm curious of how the whole episode goes, especially them actually now joining to meet the king. So that's gonna be interesting. Will they see Alex there? I don't know. I don't know where Juniper is. I don't know where the rest is. And I feel like, most of this is centered in the book. Most of this is centered within the book of the series, and how very, precise it is when it comes down to, like, especially Weiss walking, discovering the book effect, the same thing that Ruby dealt with episode 1 or chapter 1, where, she walks to another side and she stays in one place. And now Weiss is doing that. Everything is followed by the book. I wonder if they're gonna use that in battles or something. How they're gonna throw an enemy and they put the blade. Oh man, that'll be cool. Like, put the blade behind or something, or in this case, like Yang shoots one of the guards, like has the like Yang has it ready, like aims behind her, and someone throws one of the enemies, and then that's when, like, Yang shoots. That's kind of like an interesting aspects. Or if Yang shoots behind her and then a bullet just cross from the other side of the page. Ooh, I'm telling you, Rooster T, these ideas, you can hire me. But yeah, it's something that from most of these episodes or something, it felt so quick. I only watch it one time. I know I'm supposed to watch it double. Yeah, I am technically, if I'm watching the reactions slash reviews and discussions of these are Ruby tubers that are going to be talking about this chapter. But man, does it feel like a full on, it feels like an exciting class assignment. When everyone actually saw the first episode, we all talk about it. That's kind of like what I do mostly in the majority of my English classes, where we read a book and we talk about it, analyze it, whether we like it or not. But that's kind of like how I kind of really look at these shows and everything, especially something that I kind of like, and that's kind of like something that I enjoy mostly. Oh, sorry, my freaking VTubers pause. But yeah, overall this episode is good. I like the little mouse. Little is just a ball of comfort, I would say. Being around. I don't know if she's gonna be like around for the most times, or if anything's gonna happen to her. She's definitely a sidekick. Well, a sidekick of like only Ruby, but a sidekick for all of them like is better than none. And the pretty much also Yang finally reveals about how she got her arm stolen. I kind of like the art aesthetic of this, how she tells that. So that was pretty cool. And this is early on of just seeing more shenanigans. I believe the thing that I forgot to mention about the whole joking of humor when it comes down to this particular episode, or the synopsis of it, but it's how Weiss, I feel like she that nagging part, or her kind of I hope they don't use that over often, because yes, logic doesn't work in fairy tale land. It surely doesn't, and I'm not sure if there's like expectations or tales of like this. There could be some canons, like some people early on, maybe in season two or whatever, could be like, oh, could they be in fairy tale land or could go to fairy tale land? Because I thought the whole time they were in fairy tale land, in the in the real world. Where Beacon is, where Atlas is. I literally thought they were in fairy tale land, but no, they're in a much more fairy tale land, if that makes sense. Also, we saw a little guy. I think there's something about where the characters go into a deeper effect of just like, how much hope do you feel in this jar? Says the animal that is selling the different items, but is actually scamming them by selling them fake things. One sells a mouse and one sells an arm, being Yank's arm. And it seems like there is some aspects of like, do you know yourself? Do you know, like, when that moment happened, like, do you have enough hope to fill in this jar? As he speaks to Ruby questions that, and is like, I don't know. And also saw this thing, a doll, or there were some moments where, especially how they Ruby surrenders and give the sword to one of the guards or the knights. It felt kind of like, okay, something's going on with Ruby, or there's something awkward about this moment. I can give you the power, and I'm like, okay, just can you just give them the sword? It was almost like either like, oh, a haha moment, like, oh, I know what she's trying to do, or a moment of like, oh, okay, this is going on too long. You know what I mean? That's one thing I like to criticize, something like that. There's many things to criticize. I believe that I'm not sure about I'm not digging. I wish there were like, actual people and animals or whatever, or some design. The block of like, little pieces that the villagers are is quite interesting. It's, I guess it's a good way. There are different characters or something. Not all of them are, I'm guessing, like, I thought all of them were actually blocks now thinking about it. But little cutesy animal friends, easier to animate. I can see that. Yeah, I guess that's it. God, I need a better VTuber. I need a better VTuber model. I'm not really sure if this one's glitching or the frame rate. Like, frame rate shouldn't exist at all when it comes to this. Like, I'm not really doing much. I hope it catches my mouth though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz, all the goodness. All you want to see you. That's my review. Not the best. I'm not the best. Okay. Don't be thinking I'm like, oh man, that was nah. It's just my thoughts. I appreciate you thinking if it's good, but as a writer and storyteller, this is just my way of just like, sharing. I'm giving you pieces of perfection and pieces of disperfection, or just crap. Because that's what I like to do. I like to talk about crap all day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll see you when I see you, and hope you enjoy this. One love and a peace.